Hello, I'm Mike Sanders, and this is Little Lady Sanders, and we're back with another video product review. Hey folks, so today what we're going to review, we're going to look at different methods of food storage. This really isn't a product review either, but more of a review on how to store food and the different methods for doing so. Now I've already demonstrated one of these, or at least done a review on the Food Saver. Today I'm going to actually show you how to use it, as well as some other methods that are available to you. So let's start off today looking at the Food Saver and the method of vacuum packing different types of meat. So to start with, you're probably asking, why would I want to store all this food? Now you may see in the background at some point, Little Lady Sanders may come looking around through here because she's helping me get our long-term food storage in order. But so why would you want to store this much food? Well, number one, it's an investment. The cost of food's going up every day, and if you have if you catch stuff on sale, if you use coupons, you can buy different types of meats and canned goods, etc., that store long-term and stock your house up with it. And you can look at getting 3, 6, even 12 months of food stored up. And that way you're beating the cost of inflation and the cost of food prices that are rising, secondary to gasoline costs going up, etc., etc. Number two reason would be that if there's a disaster that strikes and you're quarantined to your house, or the truckers quit running due to gas prices, or there's an earthquake or a local disaster such as a tornado or a flood, or you're sick and you just don't feel like getting out going to the store, and you go to your pantry and your favorite soup's not in the pantry, you could just mosey out to the garage, open up your food container there, and voila, you pull out your favorite can of soup. So that's another reason, probably even a bigger reason, because you can always have what you need right there at the house. So let's get started looking at the Food Saver. So number one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk over here to the freezer. And what we have here are 2 Mahi fillets that were on sale today at Whole Foods. And again, you like to buy stuff when it's on sale, and that way you don't waste any money. And again, vacuum packing this food will last you another 2, maybe even 3 years over the price, or over the time frame of just normally storing this, which is about 6 months in the freezer. So let me show you what we're going to do first. Oh, look, here comes the little lady saying, oh, there she went. She didn't want to get on camera, so she turned away. She was trying to sneak in here. All right, first, so I got my fillets unwrapped. Here's your nice shot of that right there, freshly frozen. And what you want to do, if you buy this fresh at the market, you want to freeze it prior to vacuum sealing it. It gets a better seal, and it actually does a little better in the machine. Okay, next with the Food Saver here, I'm going to vacuum pack some bison fillets that we found at Whole Foods today. Look at that right there. That is going to be delish, folks. And again, what's good about this is there's no freezer burn because the vacuum sealer sucks all the air out. And this will store for approximately 2 to 3 years. And so if I didn't want to enjoy this today, I'll be able to enjoy it tomorrow, next month, even next year, and it'll be just as fresh as it is right now. All right, the next type of food storage we're going to look at is Mylar Bags. So here I have a large bag of fettuccine that I bought at Sam's. And what we're going to do with this is open it. I'm going to take a little out to use to cook with over the next couple weeks. And then I'm going to take this very large Mylar bag to store the rest of it. Now, the reason I'm using this big one is because I don't have anything small enough to put that much in. But I do have several other sizes. I have this size Mylar bag here. And I also have some very small Mylar bags here. But anyway, so what you want to do with these is you want to open up the fettuccine like so. Open up your Mylar bag. And you dump your fettuccine straight in. Alright, so here's what's left over. I'm going to put that in a storage container. Here's the Mylar bag. What we can do, since this is quite large, is we can just trim this down. To a reasonable size. Alright, once you get your bag filled with whatever you want it filled with, ours is filled with fettuccine, you want to get yourself some oxygen absorbers. The thing about oxygen absorbers, as soon as you open them, they start absorbing oxygen out of the air. So you want to open it, use it, and then seal them back up. You can seal them in glass jars, or if you have a food saver, you just re-vacuum pack them, and they're ready to go for next time. So I'm going to open the oxygen absorber here. I'm going to take one out. This is a 300cc. This should be all right for this size bag because it's not really as big as it looks. Then what you want to do is you want to fold it over a level. You want to have an iron ready to go, set on the wool setting. Then you just iron over the bag, and the reason you use a level or something similar is because it has an edge to it. And now, once you've sealed it, you can see that it has a nice edge going across there, and you can look, and this is sealed completely, and it's ready to go. So what we'll do is label what it is with a piece of tape. And then we'll put it in a 5-gallon bucket, which is where I store the rest of my food that's in Mylar bags. Let me just show you what we got here. So here is a bag of pinto beans, and you can see how this bag kind of looks vacuum sealed a little bit, and that's because the oxygen absorber that is in here pulls the oxygen out of this bag, and it starts to crinkle it down kind of like it's vacuum packed. Now it won't absorb all the air in here because only 21% of the air in this bag is oxygen, but it will vacuum pack it slightly, and these are good for years and years in this bag. This Mylar is impenetrable. Light cannot get in it. They're very sturdy. It's hard to puncture. So what we do is we store food in here, beans, you can store grain, flour, pasta, and then we put them in a 5-gallon bucket just for extra protection to make sure the bags don't get punctured, make sure rats and other insects, etc. can't get in there, and that's kind of how you use a Mylar bag. If you have a food saver, one of the older types where the lid opens up, you can seal these bags on a food saver. You just can't vacuum seal them. So what you can do is slide the Mylar bag down into a food saver bag, make the Mylar bag about 3, 4, probably 5 inches shorter than the top of the food saver bag. Then you vacuum seal the food saver bag, and then you open the lid back up, and you lay the food saver bag over the heat strip with a Mylar bag over it also, and then you reseal it again across the Mylar, and then the Mylar sealed and it's vacuum packed, and you don't have to use oxygen absorbers. So that's 2 ways to use Mylar bags. Anyway, that should do this review on different methods of storing food. So we've reviewed short-term storage in containers, we've reviewed Mylar bags, how to seal them, what they're used for. We've also reviewed, again, the food saver and the value of vacuum sealing items. And that should conclude today, and I'll be back soon with another video review. You have yourself a good night.